Welcome to a new stream. I don't like Morrigan coming to the war table. We've a report from a dwarven runner that Warden Ruth was welcomed into a squad of the Legion of the Dead. Huh. The group descended into the deep roads and did not return. As is the tradition with the Legion, all was celebrated before they left. We've received a number of appreciations in Sir Ruth's name. Dagna's father received our simple declaration. I cannot call the reply warm exactly. That is not for me to say. Oh, good for Dagna. We've got so...
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
An ancient Tevinter magister named Sethius of House Amladaris. Not yet. Not yet.
Let us begin.
Inquisitor.
I have no idea what I'm doing. So bearing in mind it's 2 days later, is it still broken? It's not broken, but we've lost all the... What is going on with this game? But it's not broke. Oh my god, it's all popping in. No, this didn't used to happen, so I'm wondering if this is because as I get further into the game. Obviously I changed the decor. I remember when you dudes got up and hit me, it was great. That was a different game, obviously, but off to the Chantry. I feel welcome. Look at that armor, it's awesome.
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
The hero Ferelden and I came here after the Blight to visit Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Listen, there is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch, that light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Well, I could just
Do
ping
you still
everything.
sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up the traditions of our most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear.
Yeah, no, that is
There are
light
moments
armor.
sometimes.
I think it's medium armor, to be honest.
Terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes. Spectacular, isn't it?
It's this painting here.
Justinia's enemies are making their move, vying for position and the sunburst throne.
It is the paintings. Above all, well, you could just ping this shit and look at the. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart. That light has no fear of darkness. But you can just ping this shit. Kind of ruins it. The ping is great and also not great. The strength lives in an open heart. But I need to ping to fire the mechanism. Did I not? Yeah, I did.
But not in the way you'd think. She wouldn't
You
let
can
me.
see the mechanism.
She saved me by forcing me to save myself. There's always light where there's hope.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something.
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Good old Liliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start.
I haven't equipped my weapons.
Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thidas away from the true chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Release her, Liliana. She's no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming.
I have no idea how to fight with daggers, so I'm hoping it's not a boss fight.
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
If it were not for you, I would have killed Natalie and called it a good thing. Thank you for showing me what was right when I couldn't see it for myself. There are things that must be said, but not here. I will see you back at Skyhold.
Just a quick, there we go. I was walking around with daggers. I have no idea how to use daggers. I don't think there's anything else, is there? Unless I get ambushed on the way out. Again, I feel like we should have come here and it should be part of a bigger thing, but it's not.
Grand Cleric Victoire has offered the ambassador support for the Inquisition.
Ah, Natalie is as persuasive as ever.
I'm told that Ambassador Montilier is pleased with the restraint you showed in Valence.
She's positively beside herself. I will never hear the end of it.
Niceness before knives, Liliana. Haven't I always told you?
Will that be all, my lady?
For now.
How have you been feeling since Valence?
Good. Wonderful. Valence was something of a rebirth for me. If you hadn't been with me at Valence, I would have killed Natalie. I'd have told you that I didn't have a choice. But there is always a choice. I am more than this. I am more than what Justinia made me.
What does this mean for my Inquisition? Will you still be
Did a
my
bird
spy
just
master?
fly through us?
Of course. I would not give up my post. Not after everything we've built. I just know now that I shouldn't ignore my heart. Mercy is not always a weakness.
Do you resent Justinia for what she did?
How can I when there is so much between us? When she gave her life for peace?
No, she got blown
No,
up.
I believe her intentions were pure.
Well, sacrificed.
Most intentions are.
Does saying all this out loud make you feel any different?
Yes, actually. Giving the thought a voice forces me to admit what Justinia did to me. I have to stay true to who I really am, before a spy master, left hand or bard. I almost lost myself.
So we're now looking for a snowy wyvern for Vivian. I have no idea if a snowy wyvern is going to show up, or if it's a spawn rate thing, or what the deal is. Come on, let me pick it. It's doing that a lot. It's not letting me pick up resources, which I find very irritating. So we continue to look for the... There we go. A couple of my my bombs are just sort of just floating in the air. And look at that low-res triangle. What has happened to this game? It's not a triangle, it's a square. It's like the further we go in the game, the more it corrupts. It's very frustrating. I don't know what I've done wrong. I should probably uninstall and reinstall, to be honest. I just... You know. And it looks like it's despawned those bombs as well. Okay. Is it going to render? It's actually rendering. So no one's really sure what's happened with my game. We tried running this at a lower resolution. Maybe I thought that was it. And it's not. So it might just be that this game falls apart the further you go.
Can't make heads or tails of this. Age regression? Who is this potion for?
I'm not quite sure what Vivian's up to here, to be honest. You see that? You see how everything popped into existence?
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
Lie, I've brought the heart. I've got the heart now. Talk, I've got it. Not yet.
I've brought you the heart as requested.
Inquisitor, you are a treasure. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately. You have been a dear friend, and I would like you to come with me.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor.
So who's this chap?
I'm here, my darling. Yes, darling.
It's going to be all right, my love.
My darling? Bastien?
We should go.
Vivian, I'm sorry.
Did I do it wrong?
There's nothing here now.
There's a nug head on the wall behind her.
Bastien is dead. I can hardly believe. It was the Wintersend Ball. My first visit to the Imperial Palace. The Circle sent a dozen of us to entertain the nobility. I was in awe of everyone and everything, and then our eyes met. Bastien spent the entire ball at my side. The Dowager tried to have him killed for slighting her, but he didn't care.
Falling in love across a crowded ballroom. Sounds like something out of a children's story.
He was a dashing rogue, and any defects he might have had were made up for with rank and importance. It was a more innocent time, I suppose. And now he's gone, and I must write to his son Laurent. And his sister will make a terrible fuss if she isn't informed first. And I'll need to arrange for the chantry services. Maker only knows how long that will take.
If I can help you, just say the word.
No, my dear. I'll handle everything. Excuse me, I have so much to do. I always have time for you, my dear.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Why don't you tell me more about your Duke?
Bastien was the leader of the Council of Heralds. The only person who could bring that rabble into line. He could charm a bird out of its feathers, and frequently did. I remember once, He broke up a fight between Prosper de Montfort and the Dowager with a joke and a glass of wine. Oh, Bastien. I'm sorry, my dear. I don't think I can discuss this. I always